Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the LilyGrace Lifestyle Podcast. Today, I'm so excited. I have a really fun guest, and I cannot wait to learn from her. Her name is Olivia, and she is here today to talk about her business. And one question that I always start off with is, what defines your lifestyle?
I would definitely have to say I'm a little bit of a wild child. I've always been kind of rebellious and kind of on the edge, definitely always out there. I have a lot of tattoos, ride a motorcycle, all that kind of fun stuff, but I'm still like super girly. So it's like that weird in between. Like pink is my favorite color, but I also ride a motorcycle. But
That's so cool. Okay, yeah, because right now I can only see from here up, so I don't see the
yeah.
tattoos and all the crazy stuff. Oh, I love it. I love it. And what type of motorcycle do you ride?
So it's called a Sportster. It's a Harley Davidson. So
Ooh.
just a good old fashioned crazy bike. And yeah, I would describe myself as adventurous. I'm big into traveling and I absolutely love going out with my friends. So I'm always out on the weekends. If I'm not working, I'm out with somebody.
Ah.
So yeah, adventurous, crazy. I love parties, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, so cool. I love that. Yeah, girl after my own heart. Like I totally agree. Like, or before COVID, especially, I was like, I love going out. I just love always being busy, being around
I know.
people. So yeah, that's so cool. I love that. So can you give us a little bit of information about your introduction, your background, like tell us where you came from?
Yeah, so I started my educational journey in pharmacology. Actually, that was my first start in college. So I graduated with my associate's degree in 2007 with the arts of science, and I started at a pharmacy, and I really kind of fell in love with healthcare. Unfortunately, though, this country struggles a little bit with its healthcare system, and I saw a lot of people get neglected or not getting the help they need, which really kind of made me realize that I had a passion for helping those people. So I kind of got started in the aesthetics. I've always been obsessed with beauty, and my sister, she's a makeup artist, and so she's always been in the aesthetic industry, and I kind of realized that there was a link between healthcare and beauty, and so that's what kind of started that journey. And I enrolled in the Beauty and Health Institute in Tampa here in Florida in 2019 and completed their course and graduated with honors from their course. So that was absolutely amazing. It was a life changing. Loved it.
Wow.
Yeah. So after that, I kind of decided that I really wanted to make it my passion to bring health and science and education to all my clients, to anybody who reaches out to me in regards to those things. Skincare is so much further than just what's on the surface of the skin. So I really began to merge my loves of science and beauty together.
Huh, I love that little backstory. That's so
Yeah.
interesting and totally makes sense. I think it's interesting that you said that you saw issues with the health industry in the US. Like,
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about that? Because I actually agree, like, heavily on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's unfortunately it's one of those eras where there's a pill for everything, and
Yeah.
so a lot of patients I would see repeatedly coming in with more and more prescriptions every week, but their problems were never getting solved. And so it was one of those things that made me realize it was more of like a system. Some cases it was kind of about money. So it definitely really made me sad to see these people become addicted to this, everything. Oh, my stomach hurts, need a pill. My head hurts, need a pill. My back hurts, need a pill. It was just one thing after another, and they were never getting better. And then they're on them forever.
Yeah.
And it just made me realize that I really wanted to focus on helping people, get around that kind of thing. There's so many things that can affect your health other than just taking a pill,
Right.
taking steps to take a lifestyle change.
Exactly.
And I think, unfortunately, some of the doctors in our country are focused on money, of course, and they maybe don't give enough time to those patients that are having issues. So that is sad, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course, like not all doctors, but I can totally see where you're coming from. Because
Right.
for me personally, like won't take a pill like ever.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. Like I don't take anything until it's like I'm literally dying.
On the floor.
So,
Yeah, about
yeah.
to die. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
same. Yeah, my mom's like, why don't you just take an ibuprofen? I'm like, no, I'm fine. My head's fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm just gonna drink a lot of water and lay over here on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I'm the same way. And that's really interesting. And would you say your methods are kind of like alternative medicine? Like we're gonna get into the body lab and your business, but like are your methods, like how do you describe your methods, I guess?
Yeah, so I would say I definitely try to approach things naturally, and I like to start off with lifestyle changes. For instance, if somebody comes to me with dehydrated skin, I'm immediately going to tell them you're not drinking enough water. So I like to start, basics first. Even, products are great, of course, but if it's something you can fix, at home, something that you can make a change in your lifestyle that will create a healthier skin, let's start there. Let's get down to the core. Like I always say, my skincare goes beyond the surface. I want to focus on lifestyle, diet habits, hormonal changes. All those things can affect skin. So that's definitely kind of where we start to go in the first step of seeing me as an esthetician.
That is so cool. I love all of this stuff. So I'm gonna like nerd out and geek out with you
No
because
worries. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not an expert in any of it, but I think it's so interesting because of course I'm all about lifestyle, but I truly believe like the littlest thing can change your whole like skin or can change your mood and it all affects one another. So it's so interesting. So
Yes.
yeah. So when did you start the Body Lab? The Body Lab is your current business. So
Yes,
let's get into
my baby.
that.
So I first opened up the Body Lab like idea has been around for over a year, but I finally opened the doors to my studio here in St. Pete in the January of this year, so 2021. And right after I graduated school, I just went headstrong for it and just knew that this was my passion and this was my goal. And I felt like a sense of like like the universe telling me that like this was my going for. So I definitely hit the ground running in January, and it's month number 6 now. It's crazy to think that
Wow.
like I'm halfway through my first year. It's so weird, but it's been amazing. Absolutely no regrets. It has been a wonderful experience so far.
That is incredible. I actually didn't realize you started this year. I feel like a
Yes.
lot of people I've talked to recently have started like during COVID. And I think that's so
I
cool.
know. I'm like, so many of my friends are like, don't you want to wait? I'm like, I guess now or never.
Now or never. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, like I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs I've talked to recently said if it wasn't for COVID, they would not have had this opportunity and their business that they have now. So it's cool.
Yeah, I definitely it's tough. I definitely had to learn, in school I had to learn with social distancing, and we had to take, precautionary measures. So it was definitely like an obstacle and some struggles, but absolutely worth it. I wouldn't go back at all.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. So when you were starting your business, were you terrified? Were you scared?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
I still have days where I wake up and I'm like, I can't believe that I'm doing this. I worked in healthcare for almost 8 years, and it is a very different to have your own clinic, to have your own clients to look after, and each and every one of them has their own issues and concerns, and it's overwhelming at times, but it's absolutely just the passion that keeps me going. And the amazing clients that I have, they're so amazing. I love every single one of them. So they really help it. But the fear is always there. I've always been really well at handling my fears. So I try to keep it at bay.
Yeah, no, I just asked that because I know like basically anyone who ever starts their own business, like including myself, like you're afraid as hell at the beginning, but like then you get through it, and there's always that fear, but sometimes that's what pushes you, I think.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Every
day. Yeah.
So what describes your ideal client? Like who are your clients?
So I definitely have a range of clients. I see young clients, mature clients. I see boys, girls,
Hmm.
everyone. I absolutely am an all-inclusive studio, so there's nobody that I would not treat. So definitely would have to say in St. Petersburg, I do see a lot of, I would say like 20s, 30s range. A
Mhm.
lot of people come in and that age range, and they have like, acne, or they're beginning to see fine lines, or especially here in Florida, my number one client is the pigmentation from the sun, because so
Right.
many people are out at the beach and all that, so they get
Yeah.
sunspots. And even in your 20s, girl, that sun, it comes for you. It
No,
stops
I
for no
know.
one.
My
I know.
mom is so, I don't live with my parents anymore, but she's very careful when it comes to the sun and sunscreen. And she's like, wear the sunscreen, even though it's
Oh
sticky
yeah.
and annoying. But I think that's why she looks so young. And she's like, you wouldn't know how old she is. And like
Oh
I look
yeah.
young in general, but I use sunscreen because I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to look old and wrinkly.
Yes, it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. And the sun, it seeps in everywhere, like even now through the window, it's coming in here,
Yeah.
it's everywhere. And I think people don't take it seriously just because they're indoors, but the
Yeah.
sun is always there.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point too, like through your window. And I
Yeah.
know people like it's starting to get warm in New England, like starting to go out to the beach and
Oh,
tanning.
yeah.
But
Mm.
honestly, too, like it's you got to be careful, especially up here. I feel like the UV rays are really high sometimes, so it can get
Yes.
dangerous. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. So, can you talk to us about advanced aesthetic treatments? Like, what is that?
Yeah, so there's kind of two types of spas. There is your typical day spa, which would be like a destination spa. Like if you traveled here to Florida and you stayed at a really nice hotel and they had a spa, they
Mhm.
would be considered a day spa, a relaxation spa. So they're not necessarily treating your specific condition or concern with what we call advanced aesthetics. So advanced aesthetics goes more into aggressive and invasive treatments. So that's when we kind of start to jump into a treatment called dermaplaning, microneedling, chemical peels. These are all treatments that start to go beyond the epidermis layer, which is just the outer layer. So
Hmm.
those treatments start to penetrate deeper, and that's when you actually see real changes and real results. So it's not just about, a relaxation or a nice massage. Of course, that comes with every treatment, but this is more results driven. We're using advanced practices, we're using machinery, and we get specialized certifications in those specifics so that we can treat using those safely.
Interesting. And do your clients come in often? Like, is it a every 2 week thing, or does it really depend on the treatment?
So it really definitely depends on the skin condition and skin type. So somebody with severe acne who is looking to see changes quickly, they are obviously going to want to come in a little bit more than the average person who's just coming in for a maintenance check.
Right.
But typically all my clients come in every 4 weeks. That's my basic recommendation, unless they have like, intense acne. And
Hmm.
then somebody working with like sunspots,
Yeah.
that would be every 4 weeks as well. So 4 weeks is the about roundabout for everybody.
Huh, that's so interesting. I think this is so cool. And I love your slogan, customized skincare so you can love the skin that you are in. Did you make that up? Did it come from the heart? Like, where did
I
that come
did.
from?
Yes, I did. Because it's so crazy. I can't even tell you how many spas that I've been to that they treat every single client with the same set of products. And what I mean by that is they use the same serum, the same moisturizer, the same cleanser, everything on every client in there.
Hmm.
So I myself had an experience where I was at a spa and I noticed there were three other girls in the waiting room, and all three of them had different skin types. One had acne, one had mature skin, the other one had sunspots. And after I was talking to all the girls, I realized we were all getting the same treatment. And I was thinking to myself, my skin is different from her skin. So I'm not on board with that type of treatment where everyone gets treated with the same sort of product or technique, because I do believe everybody is unique. Every skin type is unique. So I advanced my practice to use customized products for each individual